Rey Mysterio wants to put his mask on the line against Dominik. Mercedes Mone almost returned to WWE last year, and AEW President Tony Khan has an ambitious aim for next year's All In. Welcome to Wrestling Republic News, your daily show which brings you all the non-dirt sheet wrestling news in the time that it takes for you to drink your morning coffee. Let's get into it. But before we do, if you could like and subscribe, that would very much be appreciated. Thank you. Rey Mysterio wants to put his mask on the line against Dominik Mysterio on one condition. Rey revealed in an interview with comicbook.com that he wants to put his mask on the line as long as Dominik puts either his mullet or his moustache on the line in return. I remember a few years ago Rey Mysterio said in an interview that he wanted to retire by having Dominik defeat him for his mask, so I could definitely see this happening. But the only thing is, since then, since he said that, Dominik Mysterio has turned heel and quite frankly become a brilliant heel, so now I'm not entirely sure how this would work. Perhaps it would be something like Dominik Mysterio only wears the masks during entrances or for heel heat or something like that, but I just can't see him wearing it full time. I was actually thinking about this the other day because I genuinely think Rey Mysterio could go down as one of the biggest and best babyfaces of all time, and there's no doubt about that one. But if things continue the way that they're going, I think there's a possibility that Dominik Mysterio goes down as one of the best heels of all time. And I mean, the irony there is, it's quite funny. His father to be one of the best babyfaces and for him to be one of the best heels. I'd actually love that. I mean, perhaps if he does get the mask, for one generation, that mask could symbolize, a babyface, a loving fans, all of those things. And for another generation, it could represent a villain, somebody everybody hates, something they despise. Interesting, certainly one to keep an eye on. WWE star Bayley has said she has to believe a 4 Horsewomen fatal 4-way match will happen. Of course, if you don't know, the 4 Horsemen are Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks, who of course is now known as Mercedes Mone. In an interview with Ring the Bell, Bayley said that she feels like the match has to happen, and to be honest with you, it's crazy that it hasn't. But in my opinion, it kind of feels less and less likely by the day. Becky Lynch's future, well, it's kind of up in the air. She's on a hiatus right now. We're not sure if she's going to return or not. Charlotte Flair is out injured, hopefully going to be returning soon. Bayley, of course, is in WWE, so that one, that one's fine. But Mercedes Mone is in AEW now, so that, how on earth would you navigate that? Well, you'd have to wait for her contract to be up and then for her to return to WWE. So it's a lot of ifs and buts, and I don't know if it could happen, but I really hope it does. I mean, that match is truly a WrestleMania main event if it does happen. It's crazy, again, to think that it hasn't. But talking about the 4 Horsemen, Mercedes Mone has revealed that she originally planned to return to WWE for WrestleMania 39. Mone, who of course was known as Sasha Banks in WWE, revealed in the latest edition of the Mone Mag that she attended an LA Rams game in the SoFi Stadium just before WrestleMania 39, and after that game she thought that WrestleMania 39 in the SoFi Stadium was where she was going to make her return. But she revealed that Tony Khan then gave her a quote-unquote casual invite to All In, and she decided she wanted to check that out first. And she said that once she attended All In, she loved it so much that she thought she just had to be involved with AEW. As much as I think I would have loved to see her back in WWE, especially for the potential 4 Horsemen Fatal 4-Way, I do think her going to AEW is probably what AEW needed. Because, of course, following CM Punk, they had, kind of a vibe around them perhaps in the mainstream among WWE fans. And I think a big name such as Mercedes Mone going there kind of helped that, or helped AEW have a bit of a better reputation. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but they just brought back some momentum on their side, I'd say. AEW CEO and President Tony Khan has revealed that he believes AEW have the chance to beat the Globe Life Field attendance record for All In 2025. In case you missed it, next year's edition of AEW All In will not be taking place in Wembley Stadium, UK. Instead, it will be heading back to America and will be taking place in the Globe Life Field Stadium in Dallas, Texas. And while speaking to the Dallas Morning News, Tony Khan said yesterday that he believes they have a chance to beat the attendance record for the venue, which currently sits at just under 44,000. Now, a lot of fans are very unsure about this, and I'm going to be honest, I have my doubts as well. But I think if they are going to do it, what they need to do is bring back the feeling of the original All In, where they're kind of just saying, nobody believes we can do this. So let's prove them wrong. Let's prove the power of professional wrestling fans. Let's show the power of a true alternative. And I think if they really sell it on that feeling, perhaps they can do it. People really underestimate how much a feeling can sell an event, sell anything really. So if they can just bring back the same vibe of the original All In, but on a bigger scale, on a stadium scale, I think it's possible. Tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite will be taking place from Cardiff, Wales, and it will be the first episode of AEW Dynamite to be taking place in the United Kingdom, and I'm going to be in attendance live, and I am excited for it. I've never been to an AEW TV taping before, so I'm going to be very interested to see how it compares to the structure of a WWE one, because I've heard they're very, very different, and I love attending WWE shows, but attending WWE TV tapings I'm not always fond of because of the amount of breaks between stuff, and it kind of just feels a bit slow at times. And I've heard good things about AEW when it comes to TV tapings and it not feeling like that. But is that true? Is it not true? Well, I'll have to wait and find out tonight. But you might be asking what's on tonight's episode of AEW Dynamite. Well, it's time for the Dynamite preview. Big Bill will be taking on Hook. MJF and Will Ospreay will be face to face. Chris Jericho will be facing the Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington. We will have a final showdown, basically a final face-to-face between Swerve Strickland and Bryan Danielson ahead of their title versus career match at All In this weekend. And this is going to be moderated by Nigel McGuinness. And we will have an AEW Women's Championship match as Toni Storm takes on Saraya. And this one, well, this kind of feels a bit random to me. I mean, I'm going to be thrilled to see Saraya compete, but I don't really understand why this is happening ahead of Toni Storm versus Mariah May on Sunday. And then for the AEW Continental Championship, we have Kazuchika Okada against Claudio Castagnoli. And I'm really, really excited for this one. I've never seen, I don't think at least, I've ever seen Kazuchika Okada perform in person before. So that's going to be a blast. But yeah, if you guys do want to see my trip to AEW Dynamite tonight, you will be able to see like little highlights and stuff on the Wrestling Republic Instagram story. So make sure you guys check that out. But that is all the news for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. And I will be back tomorrow for a little bit more news. See you guys then. Peace!